last class we have done up till that is CGS value of K. Now see here, we know that according to Coulomb's law, F that is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square, where K is electrostatic constant and value of K that is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. CGS value of K that is 1 dyne centimeter square per stat coulomb square. Now we have to find the dimensional formula of K. So here dimensional formula for K that is here Newton dimensional formula is MLT minus 2 meter square that is L square and coulomb square that is ampere second A square T square. So this is M L cube A to the power minus 2 T to the power minus 4. This is the dimensional formula of electrostatic constant. Now this Coulomb's law F which is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square, K Q1 Q2 by R square. This can also be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. That is value of K that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, where epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. The value of epsilon naught that is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 coulomb square per Newton meter square. Dimensional formula of epsilon naught that will be reciprocal of electrostatic constant. So this is m minus 1 L minus 3 A2 T to the power 4. Okay. Next. So this is value of force K Q1 Q2 by R square, F that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square, that is here it is force is expressed in terms of what? Permittivity of the medium. Or K equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, its dimensional formula is there, value is there. Next, in a given medium, F that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square, where epsilon is the permittivity of the medium. Here we are denoting this force as Fm. That is force in a given medium, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square, where epsilon is the permittivity of the given medium. Now, see here. Here you can write F by Fm, which is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square divided by 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. This will cancel out, 4 pi will cancel out. You will get F by Fm, that is epsilon by epsilon naught, which is termed as epsilon R or dielectric constant K. So this epsilon R that is termed as relative permittivity, and this is also termed as dielectric constant. Relative permittivity or dielectric constant. Okay. Next, from here we can conclude that F by Fm, that is equal to what? K, dielectric constant of force in a given medium, that is 1 by K times the force in free space. This one relation you are getting. Next, here epsilon by epsilon naught, that is equal to epsilon r, or epsilon, that is epsilon naught into epsilon r. Next we will come to Coulomb's law in vector form. Coulomb's law in vector form. See here. Suppose there are two charges Q1 and Q2. This is the origin O. This is R1 vector. This side is R2 vector. From here to here, this is R12 vector. Second one is R21. Now see here, R12 vector, that is minus of R21 vector. So here force acting on Q1 due to Q2. Force acting on Q1 due to Q2. Now see here, if there are two positive charges, due to repulsion, this charge will move along this direction. So force acting on Q1 due to Q2, that will be along left hand side. So F, we are denoting this one as F12 vector, that is K Q1 Q2 by distance from where to where, is R21, magnitude of R21 square, and then unit vector R21. Okay. If you will take force acting on Q2 due to Q1, then F21 vector, that is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R12 vector magnitude square whole to the power R, this one whole square into R12. This denotes what? This much magnitude of force is acting along R12 direction. Similarly, force acting on 1 due to 2, that is this much magnitude of force that is acting along R21 direction. Now, see here, R12 and R21 magnitude length will be same only. So we can write K Q1 Q2 by R21 magnitude square, and this R12 vector can be written as R21 vector here minus, because R12 vector, that is minus of R21 vector. So here F21, force acting on 2 due to 1, that is equal to minus this is what? Force acting on 1 due to 2. Force acting on 1 due to 2. Therefore, from here, Coulomb's law in vector form, what we can conclude, that is significance. What significance we can conclude? Number 1, forces are equal and opposite. Number 2, forces are central in nature. Number 3, forces follows Newton's third law. Of motion. Okay. So these are the significance of Coulomb's law in vector form. One more question they may ask related to this, that is, write Coulomb's law in vector form. So when it is said write Coulomb's law in vector form, in that case what we have to do here, just write like this: F vector equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square unit vector R. That's all. Okay. So this is the Coulomb's law in vector form. No need to write this much long, only this much, only one line, that is F vector equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square unit vector R. Maximum what we can do, just one drawing you can do, Q1 Q2, this is R. So this is Coulomb's law in vector form. Next. Related to Coulomb's law, few numericals we can do. Write down. Here, two charges of minus 2 microcoulomb, two charges of minus 2 microcoulomb and minus 10 microcoulomb are separated by a distance of 10 centimeter. Two charges of minus 2 microcoulomb and minus 10 microcoulomb are separated by a distance of 10 centimeter. R, that is equal to 10 centimeter. Determine the magnitude and nature of force. Now see here, when we will determine the magnitude of force F, that is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. So F, that is K, that is 9 into 9 into 9. Q1, that is, it is in microcoulomb. So you have to convert this one in SI unit, that is coulomb. So this is 2 into 10 to the power minus 6. Here also 10 into 10 to the power minus 6 by R. R, that is 10 centimeters, so 10 by 100 meter the whole square. Now remember here, don't put the sign. Okay. From here, both are of negative signs, so we can conclude that there will be repulsive force. Okay, so the nature of the force, that will be repulsive. Now see here, F, that is equal to 9 into 2, 18 into 10 to the power minus 2 by 1 by 100, or F, that is equal to 18 Newton you are getting. Okay, so force is 18 Newton. Now it is the magnitude of force, nature of force, that is both are negative, so repulsive. If both are positive, then also it will be repulsive. Okay, if one is positive, other negative, then it is attractive force. But here generally, but how we are denoting force, this is one question. Now generally, if F, that is greater than 0, positive, then repulsive. If F, that is less than 0, negative, then attractive. Okay. Next question we can write down. That is two bodies of charges Q1, that is minus 2 microcoulomb, two bodies of charges minus 2 microcoulomb and 10 microcoulomb are brought in contact and then separated by a distance of 10 centimeter. Two forces of minus 2 microcoulomb and 10 microcoulomb are brought in contact and then separated by a distance of 10 centimeter. Determine the nature and magnitude of force. So here, as they are brought in contact, so Q, that is equal to Q1 plus Q2 by 2, Q1 that is minus 2 microcoulomb plus 10 microcoulomb by 2, that is 4 microcoulomb. So the force is at 4 microcoulomb. Both will share the charges as they are in contact. The charges will be shared. So Q1 that is also 4 microcoulomb. Therefore, Q1 that is 4 microcoulomb after contact. Q2 is also 4 microcoulomb after contact. R that is 10 centimeter. You can find the force. Okay. What will be the nature of the force? Nature of the force will be repulsive. Okay. So here, F that is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9, 4 into 10 to the power minus 6, 4 into 10 to the power minus 6 by 10 by 100 the whole square. F that is 9 into 4, 36, 36 into 4, 144, 144 into 10 to the power minus 3 by 1 by 100. Or F that is equal to 144 into 10 to the power minus 1, that is 14.4 Newton. Okay. Next. Next we'll write down characteristic of Coulomb's law. Characteristic of Coulomb's law, write down. Characteristic of Coulomb's law. Number 1. Force between two charges is directly proportional to the product of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Square of the distance between them. Number 2. Second point, that is, it is applicable only for point charges. Number 3. Forces are equal and opposite. Number 4. Forces are central in nature. Number 5. Force depends on the nature of the medium. Number 6. That is, force between two charges is independent of the presence of neighboring charge. This means what? Suppose there are two charges, Q1 and Q2. These are the simple direct properties are there. Here, suppose there are two charges Q1 and Q2. And suppose nearby one neighboring charge Q3 is there. So presence of Q3 that will not affect the attractive or repulsive force between Q1 and Q2. Similarly, if it is moved here, then also it will not affect the force between Q1 and Q2. Even if it is kept in between Q1 and Q2, then also the force between Q1 and Q2 will not be affected due to Q3. So this is the seventh part, that is force acting on a charge due to number of charges is vector sum of all the forces acting on it. What does this mean? See here. Force acting on a charge due to number of charges, vector sum of all the forces acting on it. That is, here it is Q, Q1, Q2, this one is Q3. So we have to find a net force on Q. Force acting on a charge due to number of charges is what? Vector sum of all the forces acting on. Due to, suppose Q1 here the force is F1, this one is F2, this one is F3. So net force F, that is equal to F vector equal to F1 vector plus F2 vector plus F3 vector. Okay. This is the net force acting on it. Now see here. You may write some questions related to this. Write down how the force between two charges will be affected. How force between two charges will be affected if number one, charges are doubled, number two, distance is doubled, number three, one of the charge is 0, number four, immersed in a dielectric medium K equal to 2. Number 5, charge as well as distance is halved. Okay. So this part you will do as homework. Okay, you can go to the solve examples in the book. You will get it. Okay, so till then we will wait for the next class. Okay.